The man walked over to the trash can on the side of the road and carefully placed a pencil on top of it. As a taxi passed by, it splashed water onto the sidewalk, knocking the pencil off the trash can and onto the ground. A man sitting nearby, sipping coffee, stood up to pick up the fallen pencil. Just then, a boy on a bicycle came rushing toward him. The boy swerved to avoid the man, but ended up crashing into a fruit stand on the side. A homeless man nearby saw the fallen fruit and quickly rushed over to pick it up. The fruit stand owner, seeing the homeless man take his fruit, immediately ran over to stop him. A chaotic scene unfolded. This commotion caught the attention of a passing bus driver, causing him to glance toward the side of the road. The distracted driver didn't notice that the traffic light turned red. A woman waiting at the light, seeing it change, stepped right into the crosswalk and was struck by the bus running a red light. To everyone else, it seemed like a tragic accident, but in reality, the incident had been meticulously planned by the man. He had calculated the scene in his mind, factoring in all the variables, and realized that by introducing just one small element, he could orchestrate the perfect murder. Even if the police caught him, there would be no evidence linking him to the crime. His target, the woman who had just been run over by the bus. When the police arrived to investigate, they questioned all the witnesses, concluding that it was a simple traffic accident. But then, a pencil fell to the ground, catching their attention. A few days earlier, a similar pencil had fallen at the scene of another accident. Could these two incidents be connected? Was it possible that the pencil had somehow triggered the accidents? One female officer dismissed the idea, claiming the odds of such a coincidence were nearly impossible. The intersection was full of pedestrians and vehicles, with so many factors involved, including people's quick reactions and decisions. If the accident was staged, the culprit would have to have a perfect view of everything, like a god. Before she could finish speaking, another traffic incident occurred, this time involving a bus again. Everyone rushed to the new scene, but this time, no one had died. The police questioned the passengers, and no one mentioned seeing a pencil. It seemed like the police had overthought the situation, as accidents like this were common in the city. But then, the familiar pencil slowly rolled out from under the bus. The female officer immediately realized something was wrong. She guessed that if these incidents were indeed connected, the killer's plan had not yet been completed, because no one had died at this second accident. She looked around carefully and suddenly spotted a man on the bridge above who seemed very suspicious. The man was intently watching something ahead. The officer followed his gaze and saw a man crossing the street just as he was struck by a car. Without hesitation, she sprinted toward the bridge to arrest the suspect. The man on the bridge noticed he had been spotted and quickly threw his bicycle off the bridge. But instead of running, he stood calmly with his hands in his pockets waiting for the police to reach him. The officer quickly arrived at the bridge, ready to apprehend him. The man, unfazed by the situation, looked to the side and then, without warning, jumped off the bridge. He landed safely on the roof of a passing car below. The man had thrown his bicycle off the bridge to alter the path of the car, allowing him to escape the officer's pursuit. And just like that, he slipped away from the police once again, disappearing into the chaos he had orchestrated.